Okay, we should be back, I hope. I'm gonna have to check though if the... oh wait, if you're still there, Zerlana, can you actually tell me if you have an image? Because I never know with Voidigo if we have an image or not. So actually the game did not crash, but Windows decided not to grant our PC access to a graphics card, which basically tells OB... Maybe it's even OB, I don't know, it's just in combination with tabbing in this game. But I would not blame the game for it. I would blame definitely Windows for it, so... oh, we have the slapper. And it really slaps. Okay, so at least we know what to do now. We do nothing until Windows recovers and decides that it's a good idea to let your user actually use your graphics card. Really great. This gun is really fucking terrible. But okay. Okay, thank you. Seems to be working. Yeah, it's a problem, you know. In Germany we are like, I think a lot of people feel entitled to freedom, and there is this saying, I think Merkel also said it, freedom of the person, of an individual ends where the freedom of others is being affected by the individual. And I think this is something we should definitely apply when it comes to COVID, because our freedom and our quality of life is going to be dependent on other idiots which don't want to be vaccinated. And I think that's really the point we have to understand, is that there will be consequences if we don't act. Either we let people die, which is probably something we will never do. So what I can tell you what is going to happen is we're going to have to lock down again. We're going to have to, you know, do all the stuff other countries are doing anyway. The weapon is so fucking shit. I can't imagine how fucking bad this gun is. What the fuck is going on? I don't know why we're fighting these guys, but they could drop potentially drop HP. So we should fight her first before going down. But yeah, so it's you know, we're living in a pretty quote-unquote liberal society, but the problem is liberty is not a, you know, it's not a given, and it's also not something that should be given at all moments, because sometimes we have to protect dumb people from themselves. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And yeah, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna have people dying on the streets just because we don't want to get people vaccinated. We're gonna get 2G, we're gonna get, you know, enforcement. Just look at France. France is doing exactly what we should have been doing the entire time, forcing people to get vaccinated by putting incentives and punishments for not being doing it. It's just how it should be, you know. There should not be social, yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, it's okay. Yeah, people are gonna die because of you, but it's okay because you know you're German. It's great. We Germans, we believe in freedom. There's no oppression that ever happened in Germany. And, you know, it's not even oppression, it's fucking protecting people from their own stupidity. Because they're, you know, if the people really have some logical reason behind it, but most people are just fucking stupid, you know? It's just like, they don't even know what they're thinking, you know? They're thinking, oh, vaccine, they're gonna kill me. No, they're not gonna kill you. You know what's gonna kill you? Not getting vaccinated, you piece of shit, and it's gonna kill others as well. So, you know, okay, but you know, the this part, we had it already in the German part, but really, if you I mean, now we're international, so if for whatever reason you can get vaccinated and you decided not to get vaccinated, and you don't have any health issues which prevent vaccination, I mean, what the fuck are you doing, you know? Basically, why can I say that even if it's international? Because if other countries don't get vaccinated, you know what's going to happen to COVID? Exactly, it's going to stay forever. Because we are reliant that every country in the world tries their best. And you should be fucking angry at Germany, you know? You should go and say, what the fuck are you doing, Germany? You're going to be the reason we're going to have the 5th wave. Because you are basically preventing Corona from getting, you know, locked down internationally. Oh, you saw what happened? That's really a cool mechanic. When you pick up a ghost and you die, before the ghost reaches you, you basically get revived. It's such a cool thing. It basically makes you immortal for a short period of time. Should we fight both at the same time? Oh my god, this is going to be the worst nightmare ever. Oh my god, I hate these fucking... Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do one last run and then we're gonna go on to the next game. I don't know, I think, you know, you're wrong there, Azerulana. I would disagree. I think politics is something we do often on stream, by the way. I don't know, it's kind of something we do often. And I think Corona is something we should talk about. It's nothing we should, you know, it's about fun and games, but I think I do not only want to be about fun and games, you know. I think there's a line which makes it important. You know, if you have a public you know, thing where you talk a lot about these things, we talk a lot about philosophy and about stuff like that. And I think Corona is definitely something we should be talking about because it's very, you know, it's something that's very relevant at the moment. And if you can even get a single person to get vaccinated, I think you have done a great job. You know, and it's important to, you know, distinguish between things which you should talk about or not. I mean, in general, we talk about everything here. There is no distinction between stuff we don't talk about. I think it's important. I like talking about different things, and we do it a lot. I mean, it's basically one of the core things we do on the channel is either play games or talk about random stuff while playing games, which is mostly stuff which is pretty, I don't know, philosophical, political, or whatever, and sometimes also scientific. But, you know, I think it's important to say that. And because some people, you know, there are so many people who are very vocal who spread misinformation. So I think it's also important to be vocal when you spread good information. You know, it's important. And I mean, I know not everybody likes that, but it's just the type of content I do sometimes, you know. And it mostly happens when we play games which are very, you know, chill, like this one. Yeah. But you know, it's what it is. I mean, when people don't like it, it's okay. I mean, I get it. You don't have to stay when we talk about these things, but I'm definitely not gonna not talk about these things. So there's no way I'm not gonna do that. So I'm upfront there, you know. I'm not going to be not talking about these things. There's definitely no way I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so I'm honest, you know, I'm honest. I'm not gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna try not to talk about it because it's something I want to talk about. Yeah. And I think that's always important if you're a content creator, that you do what you are a content creator. I just want to play games and talk about shit, you know. The talking part is important to me as much as sharing games. I also want to share opinions on stuff I think is relevant. And I think, you know, as a content creator, you should do what you want to do, you know. It's not about there are a lot of content creators which listen a lot to their friends and community or whatever, but they forget at some point what they wanted to do, you know, what is the thing I want to do. And of course there are going to be things that some people like, some people dislike. They might like one thing you do, another thing they don't like as much. And I think it's, you know, it's impossible to please everybody. So it's just like basically the reason why I believe that even if some people don't agree with you in some regard, even if it's about basic, you know, streaming philosophies, like if you should use political stuff on stream or not, I think you know, it's different because if some people might use political stuff to get people engaged with their stream, because they try to get opinions which are reflected in their community. You know, you want to have a lot of people who agree with you, because you're not going to have a community which disagrees with you, you know. If you have a very unpopular opinion on Twitch, you're going to find little people to support that opinion. But if you have a very popular opinion, which is maybe underrepresented on the platform, you can use the politics to get a lot of people watching you, like maybe Hassan or whatever. And I think that is very not what I want to do. I have very different controversial opinions. You know, I don't have a left, right, mid, whatever view. I just have a view which is based on logic, and logic usually doesn't think in categories of left, right, and middle. And it would, on average, probably be in the middle somewhere, I guess. But some ideas might be very left or right in general. Which button do we want to take? I think we want to take the mag, to be honest. I'm still undervaluing the buttons, but now we have so many projectiles and enemies running around. I don't know if I can actually find the time to press the button in my head. Yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna go here. And I mean, You might also find people who just have a completely different opinion, by the way, and are offended by different opinions, which is also kind of not okay, because you should definitely feel not offended by other opinions. You should just feel maybe, you know, they might be not right, you know, but to be offended by something which is just an opinion is basically having issues just accepting that people are different, you know. Because I mean, I'm not offended by people who are offended by the opinion of not wanting to be vaccinated. I'm offended by the stupidity behind it, you know. It's not like, I don't mind people saying it, you know. It's okay, you can say it if you believe it, but I definitely think that it's stupid to think so, you know. It's not like, I can understand why people are stupid. I can really relate, Moldy Pepper, but I cannot, you know, I'm not offended personally by the opinion, you know. I'm offended by the consequences of their opinion. That's the point I want to make. Opinions don't offend me, consequences of opinions can offend me. Because they basically can fuck my entire winter again. Yeah, because, you know, not a lot of people have active, you know, something as active as sports or something they cannot do when they don't have, you know, if I would be somebody who just likes to bike or run or whatever, I could not give less fucks about how many lockdowns we're gonna get. But what's gonna end up for me if we get a lockdown is I'm gonna be alone outside in the winter climbing a fucking cold wall like last year, just because some people couldn't fucking get their ass up and wear masks and get vaccinated. It's just sad, you know, it's just sad. Oh wait, what can we do here? Trade for Gloppy? Yeah, I would! Wait, I want to trade you for Gloppy. Yes, please, give me Gloppy. Okay, we don't have a lot of HP, that's okay, I guess. Maybe it's not, we don't have HP. We have one particle machine gun. Okay, this is definitely not a good game, by the way, to talk about different stuff at the same time, because you really have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just randomly running around. I think we're gonna call it like quits after this one. We already said it's gonna be the last one. Did we say it's the last one? It's gonna be the last one, definitely. And afterwards we're gonna play, I think we're gonna play immediately a little bit of Blasphemous. So we definitely don't skip out on that one today. Yeah. But I think also, to be honest, mostly people who, I don't want to say that you're that type of guys that are around if you're still there, but I think a lot of people who don't like politics in their games, I mean, there are two reasons for that. One reason is I want to escape from reality and I want to have a chill time, you know. And that's fine, it's perfectly valid. And then there's another type who just doesn't like to, you know, hear other people's opinion about stuff they disagree on. And I really can understand the first one, because, you know, you hear it in the news every day. I mean, I don't watch too many news, I mostly read them, to be honest, but I can get the point, you know, you just want to chill out and get away from it. And so that's a perfectly valid point, by the way. So that's definitely something I can understand. It's like, for me, a comparison would be, I don't want to hear anything about Elden Ring, you know. I don't want to hear people talk about Elden Ring, because now they have a lot of information I could not access. So I don't enjoy watching streams where they talk about Elden Ring. Or for example, if I had, I don't know, it's hard to tell for me, because I usually don't mind topics unless they're spoilers. Okay, we're gonna play something else. But I think actually that the thing I personally would mind the most is probably listening to somebody saying stuff which I don't agree with, which is wrong, you know. If there's a streamer which permanently says stupid stuff which is not right, I would not listen to him, you know. And that's basically the only thing I would really not watch. But I can really get when people say I want to have like a vacation from real life when watching Twitch or playing games or whatever. Which unfortunately I cannot give you at all times. Sometimes we will only play the game, sometimes we will not. So I can't really tell you when it will be. But there are plenty of streamers out there which will never talk about politics on their stream, because they exactly either are the type that doesn't want to talk about it, or they don't know stuff about it, or they just want to, you know, do entertainment. It's like when you go watch a Marvel movie, well, these days you're gonna have a little bit of politics in there, but usually you don't have politics in these types of films, you know. Or when I play, I don't know, Dark Souls, I don't want to have a Trump election debate. in the game or whatever. You know, it's kind of off. But in this type, I mean, this is like more a podcast. You know, it's not really. It's not only about the games. It's also a lot of about the games and sharing, but it's also about talking with people. So, hello. Are you fine? I really am curious how he plays. Okay, so definitely still, definitely a recommendation for the game. It's definitely also one of the hardest games if you want to play on the higher difficulties out there. So you definitely have something you can, you know, get good at if you really care about that. If you don't care about getting good, like I said, you can see it here. You have all these difficulties for you, you know. So you can actually play the way you fucking want, and you don't have to be here. You know, you don't have to be here on the higher difficulties. But I really want to go and beat brutal at least. And I might at the end settle for another difficulty. I don't know, man. Maybe the most fun is gonna be on intense or rogue for me. I have no idea. Yeah, so you know, it's like the game is really, these difficulties, these three are really meant to challenge you already extremely, and I think that this one is going to be brutally impossible. Okay, so now we're gonna go and play